Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Brunch with the Fellas, reviewing the latest trending topic news and entertainment. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV. Always with me, Primo Grande, the one and only Cold Seasons, and we are the Brunch Fellas. How you feeling, big cub?
Feeling great. Well, a little under the weather, but feeling great, man. You know what I'm saying? All three of my kids have now graduated high school,
All the you got all the babies out the
all
house.
all up. Nah, they ain't out the house. I mean, but
They ain't out
you
the
know,
house though.
yeah, not and even when they out the house, they still deep in my pockets.
They
So,
still deep in the pockets. It's a
yeah, but
beautiful thing, man.
sometimes your best moments don't come from yourself. It comes from other people, in your world, So
Talk
proud of my
about.
kids. Shout out to all three of my kids, man.
Shout
And
out to all three little
love you.
cousins, man. Love y'all, man, for real. Keep doing what y'all doing, reaching for the stars because the sky is not the limit. And man, we got some good topics tonight, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and jump into these. But before we do, make sure to smash that like button. Always subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Guys. And guess what, y'all? We got merch, and also we got a giveaway going on. Subscribe to DB Chef TV and get $100 cash. Okay. Make sure y'all go subscribe, put your name in the hat once a month, every single month. We giving away $100. We want it to be you. So please
Sorry about
subscribe
that.
because we want it to be you.
Sorry.
All right. And then head on over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up a copy of 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood El. Links is in the description. And like we always say, if money's tight, it's all right. We're going to still love them if they do what, because
Smash that like. That's
yes, and that's right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into these trending topics that we got tonight for y'all. Man, first topic. If y'all been somewhere under a rock, y'all know Trump. I mean, it'd be so much going on with Trump. Who knows what story is what was going on? It's never a dull moment. But Trump got sued by he was trying to sue the IRS.
right.
But then they came back and, tried to give him, it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna drop the lawsuit if y'all do this. So we're gonna go check out what the do this is. The DOJ announced a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund for victims, for victims of weaponization. So we're gonna take a look at that, y'all, because I'm using the word victim loosely, but I might be in my feelings. I'm probably in my feelings, but we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, it's about work.
But then we got number 2 for the night. The feds say that cocaine is at the lowest price in history. Okay, so we're gonna head down there to the MIA, where they staking yo, and we're gonna check out what's the price on the low. Cut it, cut it, cut it. The price is way too high. You need to cut it. It sounds like they didn't already cut them. Then we got a Lyft driver caught using AI to fake a damage claim. What type of stuff is that? That's wild. Lyft drivers, what y'all doing? What y'all got going on? All right. Then we gonna go on tour, y'all. We going on a world tour with Cold Seasons, my man, going each and every place with the mic in my hand.
Yeah, that's right.
What you know about that? You don't know that about that right
Boom,
there.
boom, 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 boom. Come on, man.
Yes, indeed. But
Sure.
those guys aren't Tribe Called Quest. They aren't catching the fever. But touring music artists are catching what's called Blue Dot Fever, y'all. So we're gonna go and check out what Blue Dot Fever is. And then, I mean, sound of alarms is going crazy all over the place. Drake, new albums, a three piece. He hit everybody with a 3-piece. I think they waiting on the biscuit. We got Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. And we just gonna go and check out and see, what's going on with that. And we also gonna give our opinions. So please, y'all, smash the like button and Rock out with us. Let's get into it.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are pushing for answers after a controversial agreement between the IRS and President Trump was made. And as part of that settlement in Mr. Trump's $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS for leaking his tax returns, the agency is barred from auditing Mr. Trump's tax returns. The move comes 24 hours after a $1.8 billion fund was created to hear and redress claims of people who suffered, quote unquote, weaponization and lawfare from government. Fox's Griff Jenkins has more from Washington.
The legal and political fallout continues following the president's settlement of his $10 billion suit against the IRS. The agreement includes almost $1.8 billion in taxpayer money to pay reparations to Trump allies for what...
Okay. Right there, we got to stop it. I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Let's run that. Let's run that back right quick. Let's run that back right quick. Okay.
Money to pay reparations.
Right there. That's where I'm triggered. That's what triggered me, Code C's. Right there. Now, how is it that January 6th, folks, get reparations, but my mama and them, your mama and them, aunties and them,
grandma and them,
cousins, all our folks, you know, my homeboy peoples, my homegirl peoples, you know, even some peoples I may not even like. Okay, how we can't get a piece of that? What we got to do to get a number attached?
So check this out. I seen an influencer today after I talked to you. They said the language in it is for people that feel that the government was weaponized against them. So the influencer said all black people should just flood the zone and put in the claim.
Wow, that's deep. That's pretty heavy right there. That all black people should just go ahead and put in a claim that feel like that that the government has been weaponized against them. That's pretty slick. But they're gonna deny all those claims.
Every last single one of them.
Yeah.
Every last single one of them.
That's pretty slick though.
But you know, it's really to me when I look at it, it's funding the militia. You know what I'm saying? It's funding his militia that was very loyal to him on that day. You know, on day one when he came into
militia.
Yeah, on day one when he came into it to office, he pardoned all 1,200 of them, not on a case by case basis. And since he's done that, several of them have, you know, went back to jail for, you know, various crimes and especially crimes against children. And you know, it wasn't a case by case basis. So, you know, for him to pardon everybody, and let's not forget that these people, they either were pled guilty to the crimes, or they were found guilty to the crimes. They went through the court system. The Republican Party, they call themselves the law and order party that stands behind law and order. But, you know, 1,200 people that was pardoned went through the American justice system, and now they're going to get paid for it. You know, it's crazy to me.
I agree. Let's finish this, family.
Trump allies for what they call judicial abuse by the Biden administration. But late Tuesday, another provision was added, barring the IRS from investigating any previous tax return by the president, his businesses, or his family.
It's just another step in what has been a sad and long history of Trump concealing his taxes, not paying his taxes, playing with his taxes.
Democrats immediately attacked the settlement, but it's also raising eyebrows among some high-profile Republicans as well, including Senate Majority Leader John Thune.
I think that there are and will be continue to be a lot of questions around that the administration is going to have to answer.
The IRS is defending the decision, claiming it only applies to past returns and it's just tying up the legal loose ends. Writing in part, quote, there would be little point in settling several significant claims if either party could simply turn around and seek to initiative more adverse claims. But some experts say it could set a dangerous political precedent.
What this is going to lead to is the Democrats saying we need to do something about that when we get into power, and and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
2 police officers who were injured at the Capitol on January 6th have filed a lawsuit to block payments from the reparation fund.
Yeah, shout out to them two Senate police officers, who were there and were trying to do their job and had to deal with that day.
Capitol Police. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. This is wild to me. Like I just think like in 2026, that's why, I know people say I'm different and I have I just be like, man, we just gotta stop. We gotta treat each other better, man, because at the end of the day, like when you see stories like this, you look at what happened with at NATO. When they just said that, whether you African American, Black, Negro, colored, whatever name, what other names was they assigning to us? The N-word, the ninjas that everybody's so cool with when it's not in front of other white folks.
Negro, boy.
Boy, this, that, and the third. Man, like all of that right there was just, nope, we're not even going to apologize,
Right, because it was legal.
Because we made the law, so it was legal. That is, we're not making this up, y'all. Y'all can go research this on what is it?
Anything. You can just
UN
is out there.
UN.org.
Yeah.
So
UnitedNations.org.
And hold up,
countries.
Hold up, fam. Not like forget about the 3 countries. Forget about that. Whoever it is, we not gonna get nothing. They said y'all ain't getting nothing. Okay. All the Jim Crow, all the redlining, all the back of the bus, all the back doors, all the, the hangings, the lynchings, the rapes, the incest, the breaking up the families, the taking the father out the family to, all this different stuff, to making the mother sleep with the son and making the son sleep with the buck breaking, all of this U.S. history, this African American history, all of the trauma that Black peoples have suffered. All right. They said, no, we don't care. All right. Then we take it to the 14th. We take it to the 14th Amendment, where now they rezoning where a lot of Black people like, well, you got to get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. Well, now that's being rearranged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now to see this, it's just like, man, I just feel like, man, you know what I'm saying? And it's no longer even a feeling. It's just, I'm looking at it like, man, Black folks getting spit on for real.
Yeah. Definitely. We are
like as a collectively. So like, it ain't even no need to be spitting on each other. Like we need to be coming together and being better, and realizing this stuff that's happening, because everybody got their day-to-day. Everybody got their bills they trying to maintain. Everybody got their stuff they trying to do. Like, that's fair, but it's like, don't you see this? I guess a lot of people in La La Land, they don't see it. Oh, it don't apply to me. Or I guess they just gonna comply. I guess if they say, remember when you said one of the shows, I don't know which episode it was, like, man, they try and put us back in slavery. I think it's a lot of people that's just gonna go. Right. Like it's like room and board. I get some slop. Okay, I go.
Yeah.
Like they want to fight each other, but then soon as somebody that looks like somebody that's not them come around, then now they want to get in line. Now they want to get in check. Like, I don't get that. I'm like, freedom is being able to be responsible and be accountable without somebody having to tell you to do some shit,
Yeah, I mean, and especially if you can see the writing on the wall, you can see it. You see what's happening, and you don't have to be, a political science major to see what's happening neither. All these people that's being rewarded, You know, they that Make America Great Again crowd, and the Make America Great Again crowd, um, where is again? Where are they taking again back to? You know, and then you have to ask blacks, or they have to ask blacks, when was it really great for us? So if you're going to make America great again, you know, how far back are you are you talking about going?
And what
You
I
know what I'm
said,
saying?
and what I said,
Yeah.
before colonization.
Before colonization, you know. So, you know, right now we're dealing with an attempt to imperialism, you know, and you know, but back on the topic with with this
Now,
settlement.
hey, but let me say this though. Poor white folks ain't exempt. Okay.
No, they're not. They're not. They're
Poor
just
white
stupid.
folks ain't exempt.
They're just stupid at this point, you know. And not all white folks, and not all poor white folks,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
the
But
ones that
poor
see
white
this and be
folks ain't
like,
exempt.
the ones that see this and be like, this is what I voted for. They don't see what's coming. You see what I'm saying? They don't see what's coming. You know, they think that the privilege is extended. It's not an extended privilege. It's actually going to take some of your privilege away. You know, now for people that don't know how we got here, what happened? Donald Trump tried to sue the government for 10 billion for his tax returns being released, along with 40,000 other people through a data breach.
Yeah,
That
that's what they said that
right,
in the
right,
article.
right. So what he did, he got Todd Blanche put in place, and basically what Todd Blanche and them came up with was, you know what, the courts had already said no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So what he said, well, in his personal capacity, he can file a suit and a complaint against the IRS, and the IRS has the right to settle it without going to court. So when the 10 billion got shot down, they went ahead, since he had people in place that would capitulate, they went ahead and settled it for not not what was it? What they say, 2 billion? No,
1.8. You said it
1.8 billion.
was
Yeah,
different number though.
it's a
Different
different
number.
number. The real number, you can Google it right now. The real number is 1776. In 1776,
So,
that's
so it's 1,776,000
yes,
or
yes,
76 million. What I
seven
say?
seventy six 76 million.
It's
So
1,776 million.
million, right?
Okay.
So
And
if
what's
you
the
go,
significance behind that?
so if you go to gas stations across the United States, you'll find hats, and the hats will say 1776. It's also the same price that when Donald Trump wanted to get the military the bonus, he paid them $1,776. The it's a symbolic payment. It's
But
a dog.
what happened in
Okay,
US history? What happened in
in
1776?
1776, the 13 colonies declared their independence from Great Britain to form a new nation. While the Revolutionary War was raging on, and that was the shift that changed America to mold America to what it is today. You get what I'm saying? So
I do.
what that is saying is, this is the change. This is going to be our change. This is our, so it's like a dog whistle on the collar. It's symbolic. You know what I'm saying?
It's symbolic.
It's symbolic to their movement. And to me, it's nothing more than political theater. When you really look at it, because if it was 1.8 billion, you'd be like, okay, 1.8 billion. But when you actually roll the numbers back to make this the price to be 1776 on purpose,
Okay.
you know, then it's like a dog whistle to saying, hey, y'all come on and get in line. When they were storming the Capitol, a lot of them people had flags on there with the 1776. Now you know the old American flag with the stars in the circle.
That's
That was
cool.
17. That was
That's cool.
1776.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. But man, but check this out. 1776, the Revolutionary War. Do you know your little cousin played my first acting role was a play at elementary school,
Yeah, I remember. You was a
and
what?
I was Crispus Attucks. They
Oh,
killed me first because Crispus Attucks was supposedly the first Native American, or like they said, black person that was killed in the Revolutionary War. But not just the first person with the color attachment to it, was the first person to pop it off. So it was like he got killed first, and then came a war.
Right.
Behind him dying. You know?
Right.
So I mean, that's how they try to play it. But I mean, damn, we can't even get a check. We died first so y'all can have a colony. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can come together. We still can't get a check.
Right. Right.
We still can't get a check. That's how I can't. That's why I can't, because I can't embrace the N-word. I can't embrace it. You know, knowing the history of the black man, the black woman, the black plight, okay, of how we got to black, of how we just cool with black. Okay, hey brother, hey sister, you know, like I can't embrace it. I just can't. You know, I did at one point in time, you know, before I knew better.
Yeah,
you know, to do better.
And I say to anybody that watched this, you know, you have been standing on that for some time now.
Yeah, you know, I've been on it for a while. Yeah, it ain't just pop up this year, last year before last.
Nah.
You know, I've been on it for about 10, about 10, 15 years now.
You've been off the N-word for a minute, but I'm still straight up like, nigga, please. You know what I'm saying? So
I know.
But you know, everybody wired different. You know what I'm saying? So but
sure.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
you know, I'm just like, man, can we get it? But like they just smacking us in the face even more now. Like, nah, you ain't getting no check. Nah, and watch how we give these folks these money. Watch how we give these folks these money. Watch how we give these folks these money.
And Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy.
And we ain't even gonna apologize. Like,
right.
like,
right. He said he won 400 million of it because he said, you know, the whole January 6th thing and the government weaponization ruined his My Pillow business, but he injected himself into politics when he should have just continued to make pillows and just laid down and left the shit alone.
For sure. Now I won't call somebody the N-word, but I will call them a black cracker, and I will call them breadfruit, fried breadfruit.
Never heard that one.
Roast breadfruit, because when you take the breadfruit and you roast it on the outside, it be black, but then the fruit in the middle is white.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will call them roast breadfruit, but or black cracker for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting story, man. We're gonna see how that unfolds.
Yeah. So
let's go ahead and get on to who we got next. We got the feds say cocaine is at the lowest price in history, man.
Hey, and before we get into that, I'm suffering from hay fever, and my nose is, you know, running and everything. So when we talking about this thing right here, y'all see me doing all that, don't, you know, don't think nothing of it. Never done it, never will.
Oh, he lying. He lying, y'all. He over there. He got a little.
Hey, Pearl.
That's why I came out with the, you know.
The white.
Yeah, that's why I came out with
let me hit you with it one time, Pearl. Nigga,
you know
please.
I'm in love with the cocoa. Go ahead, say it one time.
Nigga,
I'm in love with the cocoa.
No, sir. I'm not Malik Yoba.
In the drug lab, as we take you right into the DEA lab, where agents tell us cocaine is flooding South Florida.
Local 10's Byron Tolliff said,
all I want to know is, when have cocaine not been flooded
South Florida? Like, these are
the drugs coming
new anchors.
Busy as
He said they new anchors.
Yeah, they new anchors. They new to Florida.
DEA lab in the country, and how cheap, powerful, and often fentanyl-laced cocaine is fueling a dangerous comeback.
Oh, no.
Inside the Miami DEA's laboratory, cocaine is king.
We see a lot of cocaine for sure. Miami is like the capital for cocaine.
Local 10 getting an exclusive look inside the agency's busiest lab in the...
You think she do coke?
Miami is like the capital for cocaine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
she have. Yeah, she might not now, but she had. But she in that lab. But yeah, she got a little stash.
She didn't test it. She probably got the best stuff too. Like, I just slipped it in my purse and
she's the official government tester.
She's the official tester.
Yeah.
She got brown lips too. She probably smoked bud too. She probably laced her blunts.
Yeah, I think I don't think. Well, I guess they do both. I'm about to say I don't think
You
most people
smoke
do that.
moolahs? What they used to call them back in
I
the
guess
day,
they do all that
moolahs.
shit. Yeah, she
Hell
look
nah.
like she do a lot of shit.
Nah, we ain't gonna mess with that lady. I know somebody who know her. Tell the truth.
Oh yeah, okay. I think I know who know her.
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. I know somebody that know this lady.
Local 10 getting an exclusive look inside the agency's busiest lab in the country.
70% of all drugs that DEA seizes and processes pass through this laboratory here in the Southeast.
These bricks here represent 2 kilos of cocaine. And all these decades later, experts say cocaine remains very prevalent in South Florida.
Forensic chemist Alyssa Sanchez tests these drugs all the time to confirm it's cocaine and its purity.
How often are you seeing cocaine?
Here in Miami often. Pretty often.
These few kilos are on the
She's like often.
Right. Every day. It don't stop. It's part of the Miami culture.
She said pretty much.
Shoot, why you think Donald keep on running back down there?
To Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
His shipment came in. I ain't putting that on POTUS, man. We don't know.
I put it on Don Jr. then. I will. They done call him out.
Who they caught, who dropped the bag in the White House though was the young Biden son. Which one? What was his son name?
Hunter,
yeah, Hunter.
Yeah, he just did an interview today with Candace Owens, man, and I was surprised that even happened. So.
He sat down with Candace Owens.
He sat down with Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch that. I gotta go watch that. Shout out to Candace Owens too, man, because you know, she be right sometimes. Sometimes, you know, and I rock with it.
I think she's getting more right. She's getting more right, you know. So,
you know, I mean, I don't be with everything, but I still, she's still a Black woman being successful doing her thing. So I can't hate on that, man. It's hard out here.
Smaller side by a ton.
Personally, I've seen ones that are well over 1,000. I think I've had ones that are in the 3,000s. They seize very large amounts.
Miami is infamous for the city's cocaine cowboy days back in the 80s.
Police speculate Rio was killed because of a drug ripoff.
When cocaine was everywhere, there were millions upon millions of dollars being made. The violence that went with that was an affliction on our community, cost many lives.
Today, cocaine remains pervasive in Miami's nightlife culture and party scene. How it gets here is much more complicated.
Miles Ailey, the Miami DEA's special agent in charge, says cocaine is flooding into South Florida from Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela.
It comes in fishing.
See, when they do this right here, they show you who to go get the plugs from.
Hold on, I lost audio. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. They show you who you got to plug in with to get the plug from. That's what they be doing right here with it.
Ecuador, and Venezuela.
It comes in.
They said Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela. So you got to find you a Colombian, an Ecuadorian, or a Venezuelan if you're trying to get the Rico and ruin your life.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't hard. They definitely not hard to find, you know.
Yeah, but it's crazy how you know when they run these stories, they tell you where it's coming from, and then people with criminal minds that automatically just be like, okay, I just need to find me a Colombian, an Ecuadorian, or a Venezuelan, you know, and I find me a plug, and then
it's like the CIA way of, you know, advertising. You know, that's a plug,
like,
right?
Like throwing that bait out there for you for some knucklehead to go fishing, and then do not pass go or collect $200.
Well, he gonna collect his 200 and maybe for a little while, but you know how it go. They let you do it for a
That's
while.
true
So it
too.
adds
Yeah,
up.
because a broke seizure doesn't mean, don't make no sense. We can't get no new squad cars, no new gear, no
Right.
new,
Right.
no
And
new
it,
LE equipment, no new tech. We can't get that if we catch you with,
but even on the local street level, they will let you
that's crazy.
sell, sell, and sell, and the informant will buy, buy, and buy until they got enough weight to charge you heavily. So
Yeah, but they get people off 2 bricks though. And nowadays that fentanyl, man, you go into jail for a long time, you get caught with some fentanyl nowadays. And then don't be a repeat offender because you up out of here. You're gonna miss a few Christmas.
it's a hazard just handling that stuff. So I mean, you're a brave soul to even be handling it. I'm just not. I ain't with it.
Yeah, they definitely braver than me.
In small boats, big boats, sailboats, comes in commercial shipping containers. And so we're trying to be everywhere at once.
Ailey says that U.S. military strikes on vessels in the Caribbean Sea last year on alleged drug traffickers briefly made cocaine less available.
Shout out to the U.S. Coast Guard and the United States Navy and other law enforcement agency out there that's on that water doing that thing. I know what you do and how you do it.
But now he says drug traffickers have bounced back. Their agents are seeing the lowest drug prices in over a decade, meaning more cocaine on the streets.
Our agents are buying kilos of cocaine from these organizations, $10,000 to $13,000 a kilo. That's much lower than what we're used to.
You heard that?
Hey,
it's 10 a brick. It's 10 to 13. That sounds like 11.5.
Yo,
that sounds like 11.5.
That's crazy, man. Hey, that's crazy. I mean, that's like that's like half off. It's crazy. They used to be like 2021, man.
Man, you talking about way, but you telling your age, that was way back in the day.
So like let's say 2 years ago, how much they could have went? How much you think they was going? About 30?
Let me tell you something. I have not known how much a person could get any type of illegal drug for a long ass time and don't even care to know.
And I say, and me, same thing. I say 21 because that was
for real
music, and they advertised the price back then. But based on rap music from 1997, 1996, and into the 2000s, it was 2021. And now they talking about 15, 10, 15. It's crazy.
Sound like you had the plug, Primo. Sound like you had the plug.
The music.
20 for the Brizzy. Woo! I wish I would have been around you in 96, 97, 94, 95.
I won't involve in none of that. I'm just part of the listening to the hip hop culture. That's it.
Oh, that's where you got that from?
Yeah.
Good save.
Jay told it all. Is it back to charge?
But I mean, but Jeezy was talking about 17.5 and like 2000 and something though. But then Pimp C got on him for screaming fake dope numbers. You remember that? He was like, the rappers screaming fake dope numbers. I was like, ooh, yeah, I think because I might have heard somewhere. Yeah, that definitely was some fake dope numbers.
But what's crazy is, if they saying, okay, they're blowing up the boats, like they just mentioned on there, they're blowing up the boats. And then send the border shut down and all that stuff. It seems like you would think that maybe the price will go up because it's harder to get, but the price is going down because they got so much back supply. You know what I'm saying? Because it's harder to get in, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this clip real quick, and I'm gonna respond to what you just said.
The lowest I've seen during my 22-year career.
Okay, so he said for 22 years, because
the lowest he ever seen.
That's the lowest price he ever seen. All right, now. Let me start here.
Disclaimer.
Let me
Just,
start. Let me
just
start.
reporting on what was just said. That's it.
Like, it's no way that they just put out where the bricks coming from and the price for that not to be some type of bait. Because when you have anybody who's had any type of criminal activity or criminal mind, they can easily just read through the lines and be like, I gotta find this person, this person, this person. And it's only gonna be, I'm sure I could get them for 11.5. He talking about 10 to 13, that 11.5 is that sweet spot.
Man, you might be able to get him down to 9, depending on how many you're gonna get.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's crazy. And then they talk about how a lot of the cocaine is laced with fentanyl. And that's a problem because a lot of people are ODing and dying behind this stuff.
Absolutely.
And then they even have open use areas like in Philly. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, they got it in Seattle too.
And I think in Baltimore they have an area. I know in New York they allow patients that's on dope.
They literally set up tents. They set up tents for it.
Yeah, they allow them to go, but they even like give them something, some Morathol or something. I don't know. That's wrong. That's not what they giving them, y'all. But yeah, but they giving them some type of substitute of the drug so they don't get sick, but it's something that like has the same effects.
Mm-hmm.
I
forget the name. I know what you're talking about.
But it's crazy. It seems like it's just supporting the culture. But what you said about the borders being open and the different things, it's just like the war on drugs is always about funding. It's never about stopping the drugs because the drugs fuel so many other industries. All of that illicit money goes into different things. A lot of people that sell big dope, they spend money frivolously, so it helps drive commerce. It helps drives, CPI. Then you got the prison industrial complex, the point that you made with people with the agencies sitting on the actual criminals long enough for them to build up a cachet of wealth or drugs so that way they can go seize it. And then how the laws are, they get a portion of those seizures, and that's why a lot of times you see law enforcement agencies working with each other, interagency activity, so that way everybody can kind of split the pot and get a little piece, and it helps with their budget,
Right.
So I don't ever see it going away at all.
Nah, I don't think you're going, you will have to actually eliminate the drug itself for it to go away. I don't think it's going away. They might be able to tighten it down and make it harder for it to get in. But I mean, like to the point you made, it fuels a lot of industry. A lot of industries when it comes to that, and even more so anything that fuels the medical industry, it ain't going away. They'll mask it to make it look like they trying to do something about it. But as long as big pharma can they, how do I put it, they bank on people being sick.
Now what drug directly is cocaine? Is cocaine used in Adderall?
I'm not sure what they, what kind of,
because I know that heroin is used in opiates, like
heroin is
the oxys,
yeah, okay,
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm saying it's in there.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in the oxy. It's in the cough syrup. It's in there.
Right.
So it's an ingredient in it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, we got the medical cannabis now, so that's just 100% medical. Who knows what's sprayed on stuff or whatever, if anything's infused. Let's call it infusions. But to make a pill, it has to be all that whole process, and then it becomes the pill. But we know that the oxys and the all of them downer things and that cough syrup is new forms of heroin, but a derivative.
Yeah, and even the allergy medicines and stuff, they started to put that behind the counter, so you couldn't come in. You can't come in and buy 20 packs of it. You can only come in and get one because it had things in it.
Yeah, but that's because they was making crystal meth or something like that. Yeah, so that's it's crazy, man. Like, just say no, everybody. Just say no, and if you got to do something, man, smoke some cannabis. Like, it's from the earth. God put this for you and me. It's Friday, so that's where I'm going with it. If you got to do anything, to each their own. But I'm just saying, man, and then selling drugs is not the move, man. Like, you going to jail, it's only a matter of time before you get caught. And we got to do better, man. We just got to do better, for real. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, so some antiseptics have a trace of cocaine in it, and some vascular medicines have a small trace of cocaine that's not detectable. But other than that, they're not using it for much. Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it, but they changed their recipe.
Yeah, but we talking about today, though. We've been knowing they changed their recipe a long time ago.
Right.
But okay, so there is, but what you pointed out, though, there is some type of legal use for cocaine.
Yeah, but they say that the dose is so small that it's not detectable in your blood.
It doesn't matter.
And,
they still need the cocaine to manufacture their legal product.
And
so that is a legal buyer.
Galapagos, however you say it, I don't know how to pronounce the medical.
Yeah, that is a legal buyer. You need that ingredient. If it's like buying sugar, or it's like buying flour, or it's like buying corn syrup.
Right, it's 4%, and it's actually a nasal spray.
There you go.
You're still shooting in your nose. Crazy.
There you go. So we got a Lyft driver, y'all, caught using AI to fake a damage claim. This is what a Lyft driver. What's going on with Lyft?
A Lyft is full of stuff. They just, it's always something with them, man.
It's crazy.
A Florida dad is accusing a Lyft driver of using AI to falsely claim his daughter stained the car. Bert Gore said one of his teen girls and her friend took the Lyft home from the beach. Later, he received this alert from his bank about a $75 fee for damage.
So I get on the app and I start communicating with the customer service, and the customer service says, oh yes, you were charged a $75 damage fee on the car because the car was left a mess. And in my mind, I'm thinking these girls are grounded for the whole weekend.
At first, Gore was angry, so he asked Lyft for proof.
So they proceeded to go ahead and send me these photos.
These are the pictures Gore said Lyft sent, showing a spill on the seat, food and drink on the floor. Take a closer look, though, as Gore's daughter did, spotting the Google Gemini logo.
Your mic muted.
Right there. That's crazy. Bingo. You see that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's Gemini.
That's super crazy right there.
Well, luckily
the bottom right.
Luckily the driver was too dumb to miss it.
The driver was too dumb to miss it, right?
Yeah.
Because they could have wiped it out the picture.
Yeah, they could have cropped the picture,
Yeah.
Corner.
I saw that it was the AI logo and I was like, that is fake. It's not real.
LYFT agreed the photos were created using AI, apologized to Gore, and said in a statement, LYFT takes damage disputes seriously and reviews each matter based on the available information. We have reviewed the rider's concerns, offered reimbursement, and permanently removed the driver from the platform.
I was just more shocked because how are you just going to take advantage of a kid like that, knowing that like most people normally wouldn't recognize if they didn't see the charge?
So when the dad posted about this to his community Facebook page, he said several people shared it had also happened to them. So he's urging everyone to have a look for random damage.
I'll be looking next time.
Yeah. Every time I get out, I'm taking my own picture.
Absolutely. That's what I would recommend people do too. Like when you get out the lift.
Yeah, that's right.
Know, or the Uber or the ride, whatever ride share service you're using.
Yeah.
You know, when you take it out, you got feedback, cuz
that's a good one.
You gotta turn down something in the background.
I got feedback?
Yeah, you got feedback. It's not but yeah, but I would definitely.
Can you still hear it?
No, it's good now.
Right.
No, now I hear it again.
I can't hear it. I got my volume turned down. I mean, I'm using headphones and the mic. I'm not really sure where the feedback coming from.
Okay. All right. So, definitely though, that suggestion that people actually take pictures when you get out the ride share, man, I think that is the I think that's the move for real. Shout out to Born Ready 718 in the building, rocking with us tonight. Also on certain allergy meds. Yeah, man, but definitely people gotta be mindful of that, because clearly there's a lack of integrity with the drivers.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that's a crazy claim to make anyway. You know, when a person see a $75 bill pop up on there, you know, I mean, I'm definitely gonna notice it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I just check my account religiously. You know, so I'm a know it, and you know, and some people they just don't check their stuff, and they just go with the flow. You know?
They just pay their bill, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, over here, man, we are practicing account management, budget management. So we got a ledger, you know, and it's a balance. And then when we spend, we put a minus, and then we got a new total, you know. So definitely, man, people gotta be on the lookout for that. That's a crazy story, but you know, y'all keep your eyes open. But moving on to our fourth topic tonight, y'all. We got touring music artists are catching the blue dot fever. What is the blue dot fever? Let's find out.
Some major artists say they are struggling to sell out large concert venues, from Meghan Trainor to Post Malone. It's a trend called blue dot fever, referencing the sea of blue dots or unsold seats on ticket websites. And as Usher Qureshi reports, it's not just big names having big problems.
Last week, the Pussycat Dolls became the latest major musical act to pull the plug, canceling nearly its entire North American reunion tour. In a social media post, the group said it had taken an honest look at the North American run and found the numbers didn't work. The band is not alone. Meghan Trainor and Zayn Malik each canceled their full U.S. arena runs in recent weeks. Run away, I tell you to... And just days ago, Post Malone scrapped nearly a third of his North American schedule.
What is blue dot fever and why is it spreading?
Blue dot fever is when the promoters and the agents that work with artists and musicians look at the seat map for the venues and the concerts where they're scheduled to perform and see lots of empty seats.
One big reason, the average primary...
Man, I don't even be looking up there nowhere. No way. When I'm trying to go to a concert or whatever, the main place I'm trying to go is like I'm trying to be on the floor or close as possible. I'm never trying to be up in the stands.
Right.
You know, like I don't go anywhere where there's gonna be. I don't go nowhere where I'm trying to sit up in the stands. Hey, you have an open feed somewhere over there on playback.
What is it doing?
Because when I'm talking, your mic is picking it up. So you have something open over there. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you have open, but you know, maybe you got, if you got a playback or something, you got to put a
I
mute.
don't have no playback going tonight. And everything is running through the mixer and not through the laptop. Let me check the audio thing.
But yeah, that's it. It don't matter where. It don't matter like what concert it is or who it is. I definitely, it don't even, like the ticket price is not even, see, I'm still coming through your mic. The ticket's not even pause. But the ticket's not even the ticket price not even that bad, you know. But I did see a change. I used to go to the basketball games all the time, and where I like to sit at, I've seen these tickets go up about $300-400, and I was a little disappointed about that because I was like, damn, I used to be able to, you know, be able to throw popcorn at the players and be able to land something, you know, for a few $100, you know. But now them same seats is like $650, $700. So, you know, just I might go 2 times a month, 2-3 times a month, you know, just randomly. But now I'm just like, man, I don't know if I want to spend $1,800 a month. You know, that's the mortgage.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Because I turned my mic way down.
Okay, I can hear you though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to the Pussycat Dolls, I just don't think nobody really want to see them like that. Post Malone, I'm surprised that his ticket sales are down, but at the same time, man, in the United States right now, I mean, we're dealing with an affordability crisis. We're dealing with, you know, beef costing more than minimum wage, gas prices through the roof. People just don't have the extra money that they used to have for these luxuries no more. So, I think that's a big part of it.
That I think so too, though, cause I do think that's the reason why people not. But that's why they should subscribe to DBCHEFTV, because you might get picked to win $100 and look right there. Then you only got to spend $13.37. You know, if you win, then you know, let us buy you a nosebleed seat at a concert.
Yeah, you know, I want to go to a couple football games this year. You know, and I'm kind of banking on ticket sales being pretty low because turnout ain't gonna be too high this year. Just because people can't afford it, you know. So
don't count on it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna,
don't count on it. You know why? Because them stadium seats is still them sporting events, man. People spend on that, and I think like even they gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Market concert ticket now costs more than $132, a 38% increase since 2019, almost double the overall inflation rate over the same period. But the stadium cancellations are only part of the story. Further down the food chain, smaller artists are feeling the trickle-down effect.
Just to keep on smiling.
Andy Frasco has built a name for himself on the road, earning a reputation for his wild live shows, but he's feeling the pinch.
Is this the hardest moment you've seen for a working touring artist?
Yeah, it feels like we have to be more creative now to even get shows.
The tours that are selling, Zach Bryan, Taylor Swift, Beyonce share one thing: a devoted fan base willing to open their wallets no matter the cost.
These bigger artists are now going to go into the smaller capacity rooms, 500, 2,000, 4,000 people rooms, and it's going to kind of destroy the middle class musicians.
Okay, so he talking about the middle class musician. I never even knew that it was a lower class musician, middle class musician. I never knew that it was a socio-economic structure to the musician. I mean, I know we had underground, you know, but when we look at different examples from different places, some underground artists, especially them boys in Texas, like a lot of them are millionaires before even having a major deal.
Right, but
You
I
know?
think you're talking more about the live performances, people that can sell out arenas versus people that can't make it out the bar right now.
But Beyonce ain't doing no venue with 4,000 people. Mary J. Blige should do a venue with 4,000 people, but Beyonce not doing no venue.
Nah.
Beyonce ain't doing less than 40,000.
Right,
You
but
know?
you know, I mean, that's the upper echelon.
And Taylor Swift too. You know, them people that I don't know who the guy was. You know, forgive me, I don't know who you are, but yeah, but I mean, those two talents, they not doing. Talking about they gonna get wiped out of the small venues, of the halls and the centers. You know, I don't think so. I think he might have to. Those people may have to come down on their price just a little bit. I think they may have to drop their price just a little bit to accommodate today's economy, like you was talking about.
Definitely.
You know?
Well, and a lot of artists, they do make up money on, you know, live performances and stuff like that. So I mean, and if you sign to a label, you might not get a whole lot on your record sales, but you can make the majority of your money on tour. These tours selling out, you know, they'll end up in a situation where, you know, you said Mary J. Blige, in a situation where when she was touring in her beginning years, everybody thought she was making millions, that she was coming home every year with you know, $40,000 profit, you know. So that's the type of situation they're in right now.
No doubt. Born Ready 718 said Ethan just went to a Netspin concert. His tickets was $58 at the Ritz, and that is technically a club. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty high for a club. I guess it could be high for a club. Nah, you know what? Nowadays it's not, because nowadays, without nobody being there, a club will charge you $40, $50 to get in. So that ain't too bad.
That's not bad. $58 ain't bad to go to a show, you know. But yeah, but they're gonna have to do something though if they want to get cheeks and seats. But yeah, and now y'all, for our feature presentation, we got the new Drake album, Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor smashing up the charts right now. Drizzy Drake just came out, dropped a new 3-pack on everybody. Everybody with a 3-pack. Usually, you know, let's see who dropped triple CDs. I think Master P dropped a triple disc. Did Master P drop a triple disc?
I'm not sure. Normally you get a double disc. Wu-Tang did, Biggie did.
Ghetto Dope? I think E40 dropped a triple disc. I think E40 dropped a triple.
Yeah, that's crazy. We talk about it when
Yeah, I think E40 dropped a triple. Look that up, Cole. See what other artists dropped a triple disc album. I want to say E40, and I want to say Master P, but I don't think so though. Did Pop? I know All Eyes on Me. Which one was one after he died? Was that a triple disc after he died? Maybe it's just E Feezy, man. Shout out to Earl from Vallejo.
Roll.
Who you got?
we got Prince.
Prince.
Prince released a 3-disc project. The Clash released a 3-disc project in the 3-album project in 1980. And George Harrison released one. I don't even know who that is. In the 1970s, and other than that, it's just been Drake for this era.
E40 didn't drop one.
I'll check. You can run it. I'll check. We'll circle back on it.
For sure.
Pulling out a cold as ice comeback. Drake releasing his highly anticipated new Iceman album, taking over Toronto with an icy-looking CN Tower, a fireworks show, and a live stream. But then more. Drake dropped 2 other albums, Habibti and Maid of Honor.
What else? Iceman, what else?
I just listened to all 3 on the way here on the train, and they're all fantastic.
He's the GOAT. He's the best. Puts Toronto on the map, and he's the best rapper in the game.
I made way too much.
It's been a tough few years for Drake after a high-profile and damaging public feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar.
They not like us. They not like us.
Lamar's hit song Not Like Us went after Drake, branding him a pedophile. Drake denied the allegation and launched a defamation suit against their shared label, which was later dismissed, but he's appealing it.
I came here to turn a new leaf.
Leading into this rollout, Drake had something to prove, says this musicologist.
I think part of his job now is to resuscitate his career and to demonstrate to a younger fan base, or to his original fan base, that he can still come back, make hits, and be the pop star that he has been.
But his new music is getting early mixed reviews. The Guardian called it boring and a bloated disaster, but some Drake fans disagree.
It's definitely going to be a Drake summer.
It's definitely going to be a Drake summer.
A Drake summer. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a Drake summer.
So about E40, E40 actually dropped multiple triple albums throughout.
Multiple triple albums. Shout out to Earl.
Yeah, throughout his career. The Black Butcher. Yeah. So and that I think that was a 5-part album series. And you had I don't know who this guy is. SR3MM. I don't know who that is. That was in 2018, and then you had believe it or not, in 1980, Frank Sinatra.
Frankie, baby.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra too. Yeah, I knew it was, Drake
then,
wasn't the first to do it.
Green Day did it.
Green Day did it too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Green Day. They be jamming.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins did it.
Smashing Pumpkins be jamming too.
Yeah, Bob Dylan has done it.
Bob Dylan, legends.
Yeah, Bob Dylan has done it. Jonah Newsom has done it. That's a Jonah.
It's not a Jonah. He wasn't a Jonas brother.
Right? No. It's actually a girl.
Okay, all right. Shout out to her.
Let me take that back. Joanna.
Okay.
Yeah. Newsom.
Okay.
She's a folk jazz artist.
She's a folk jazz artist. I might have to listen to some of that. See what she's talking about.
I'm not sure how my first because I'm asking Google, so I'm just spitting out what Google gives to me,
I mean, we wanted to see what Earl did, but they said Earl dropped multiple.
Yeah.
Mr. Stevens.
Yeah, E40. Yes, E40 has actually dropped multiple triple albums throughout his career.
Yeah, man.
He may hold the title, honestly, without even knowing. And if he knows, but everybody else might.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. Like, if you don't know, then you don't know. You got to listen to Feezer really to really be,
How we look? We still got the feedback issue.
You smell me? Yeah, we cool. We cool right now. We cool right now. So how you feeling about the new Drake albums? The comeback that people calling it, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, that's what Drake's saying. Drake is really on some LL. So he got the hits for the ladies, and then he's still kind of, and it's a lot of people out here I think like Rick Ross is doing a lot of press for Drake album. Because every conversation he gets asked about them, and then he has his comments.
Right.
Drake did a lot of dissing on this new joint, and you know, some say it was some get back, some say he just adding some things out, you know, some say, you know, Iceman fed up.
What I think is, and like I said, y'all watching, man, please excuse me. I got hay fever right now.
He in love with the cocoa.
But what I think what Drake is doing is he's recovering from the beatdown.
The beatdown.
Yes. But I think that it's a lot of music to release at one time, but I think it's a genius move. The reason why I think that it is a genius move, and like I said, I still think he recovered from one song that, you know, that cut it never threatened taking Drake out, you know, but it was a thorn in his
a lethal diss record, you know.
Right.
It was a lethal diss record. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in hip hop, in the culture, we love diss records. Like that's
all the
why
way to the point where he took it to court, you know, with some crazy shit. So Drake will call the police on your ass if you run up on him. But
yeah,
I think basically what he did by releasing the 3 albums, he flooded the zone. He's flooding the zone to make sure the whole summer into next summer is all him. And what he doing is by releasing all 3 of those albums at one time, if anybody take a shot, if Kendrick come back and take a shot at him, he has nothing but time to focus on firing back. And he don't have to worry about firing back and still working on releasing another album. Now the other thing that I thought about is a artist releasing 3 albums at one time. Sometimes that can signal that they want to be done with the obligation that they have to release a certain amount of albums to the label. So they just drop them all at one time and give them 3 albums, so now they can do other business moves. So I don't know if that's what the case is, or was he freeing himself up to control summer 2026, summer 2027, and be ready to fire back at anybody that fire at him.
You know, that's an interesting point right there, because I want to ask you this question. Does it work like that with a label? Like, can you just, you know, like, let's say I signed for 5 albums, right? Because one of the things that Rick Ross is doing is he's saying, like, you know, he signed initially with Slip and Slide with Big Ted and them for I think he said 30 racks. So it was like a little 30 piece. And, you know, let's say there was 6 albums or 5 albums. He was $5,000 an album or $6,000 an album. I'm not sure. But do you think that an artist can just give 6 albums and they just release all 6 at once and it's like, hey, I'm out of it? Or is it where the label will be like, well, okay, you gave us 6 albums, you know, to fulfill your contract, but, you know, we still have to put these albums out and recoup whatever we're going to do as far as marketing and all that other stuff, our advance that we gave you, you know. Do you think the artist has that freedom, that liberty to be able to do that?
I mean, you know, it's all going to be written in the contract how it go, right? But I believe if they say, hey, you owe us 6 albums, and I drop an album, I dropped 3 albums in 3 years, and now on the 4th year, I'm gonna give the label the last 3 albums, right? So I give the label the last 3 albums. That I don't fulfill my obligation, right? So,
Right.
but the label still can be like, okay, you gave us these 3 albums, but we're still not going to release them until year 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, I get it.
They hold it, but you should still be free to go or free to renegotiate your contract.
Free to renegotiate, okay. Or free to be a free agent and go.
Right. But I really don't see a label, you know, the artist say, hey, you know, I got these 3 albums that should last anywhere from the next, you know, 3 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? A label just releasing them all at one time. That's a lot of music. Now, I don't know if they EPs, because I listened to 3 songs off of it the day that it dropped. And I asked my girl, I said, "Hey man, you heard the new Drake album?" She said, "Yeah, it's 3 of them." I said, "What? It's 3 of them?" You know, and then after that, I stopped listening. It was too much music.
It was too much for you. Okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. Well, you know, I skimmed through it. You know, I like what I like. You know, I always, because I like Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I
want to see what he gonna say, because
I love Drake too. You know, I think that they're necessary. Just like I love J. Cole too. You know, I think all of them are necessary. I think they all offer something different.
There was an influencer that did a highlight reel that pretty much pulled all from each song, everything that he said about Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? You know, beat your ass.
Oh, about different people, yeah.
Right. And so he did take a lot of shots back at Kendrick throughout, you know, all 3 albums. So, you know, I'm just waiting to see, you know, what Kendrick gonna come back with on that. You know, Drake, to me, he's a dope rapper, and I ain't gonna take nothing away from Drake. Trust me, I will not. He's a dope rapper. You know, but I think he's like more, you know, more party and more for the ladies and all that stuff like that. And all that rap battle stuff. I don't think that's not really his lane. You know what I mean? And I think and actually
you sound crazy. I knew the hate was gonna start coming through. We talked long enough.
No, that's an opinion. That's an opinion.
Back to back.
I already said
he ain't body Meek Mill in that back to back joint.
I said that I wasn't going to take anything away from Drake. I said
he just took something away from him.
No, I don't think he's a battle rapper. But what I was going to say, but at the same time, Drake. Listen, but Drake don't come for you in a battle sense now, unless you come for him. He really don't.
Back to back. Shout out to all my boss women, wife and dudes. What? Yeah. That ain't. She said, "Open up." Come on, God. Come on, Frank.
He's not a battle rapper. And then part of that has been debunked by the ghostwriter wrote that for him and everything. So, you know, at the end of the day, Drake puts out a lot of great
the ghostwriter, right?
Yeah, Drake put out a lot of great music.
It was a collaboration. It wasn't the ghostwriter writing it for him. It was a collaboration.
I mean, you can put you know, lipstick on a pit bull. It's still a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you know, I do like Drake. I like his music, you know, but I like Kendrick, you know. I really like Kendrick. You know, but Kendrick catalog right now, I don't think he got some catching up to do. You know, he got
I mean, but it's 2 different things though. It's two, like you were saying, you know, like I agree with that. Drake makes the party cuts, you know. When you go to the club, you want to hear some Drake, you know. Tell the DJ play some Drake. You want to hear some, you know. And if you at a football game or a sporting event or a boxing match or, you know, something like that, then you might want to play some Kendrick. You want, you know, it's a little bit more energy in it for that, you know. Not saying that Drake don't have them cuts, you know, because he used to have them joints, like everything, like Forever, that joint that they did with him, Eminem, Kanye, you know, like that was last name greatest, first name ever, like a sprained ankle, ain't something to play with. Like that joint right there was everywhere, you know. That was on baseball games, football games, soccer games, you know.
Right.
You go to the club, it was in the club, it was you know. So I mean,
it's playing in my head right now. I mean, a little bit. It's playing in my head right now.
You know. So they're like, that's what I'm saying. Drake got slaps, man.
You know.
Yeah, that's
he put out great music, but at the same time, what a lot of people cannot forget that Kendrick would not be where he is right now if it was not for Drake. You know what I'm saying?
On that note right there, it is nothing left to say. Cold Seasons had said it all. Salute.
It's true, and Kendrick, he acknowledged that.
Primo.
You know, hopefully one day they can circle back and hug it out like Kevin Hart and Cat Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a back-to-back. I'm looking for that. You know, you know how Drake and Meek had the diss record, okay, going against each other, and then they made a collab. Then they collabed, you know. So I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a Drake K. Dot collab. I think the world wants it too.
They wanted to, but it's too much money out there for them right now to do that. They'll get around to it, but
You talking about to sell the beef?
Yeah, the
It's
beef
not
is
no
cool.
real beef. It's hip hop. It's a hip hop battle.
They're on the same label. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna keep pushing.
Look, he said Drake is a great R&B artist. Yeah, that too.
But I mean, they're pretty much on the same label, so they're gonna keep pushing that. And and I mean, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I would say that, how do we know that it's not all fabricated from the beginning? But the feelings that Drake caught behind K. Dot movement over the last
And the lawsuit, yeah, I don't think it was fabricated
because he actually sued the label.
Yeah, I don't think you go, and he's in appeal right now, because they threw that out.
Yeah.
Which I think they should have thrown it out. I don't think that, from a rap battle. Now, I think the thing is that, what Kendrick was saying about him, and had everybody singing A minor, like, yeah, for real, like that was just, that was devastating as far as like, damn, like that's the dish you go with, and that is, and then you able to catch a wave with it where you make it a drop in the song, and then everybody in the whole stadium singing it, so
Right.
yeah.
And then wore a chain with an A on it for A minor and Audrey. Like
Yeah,
but
so he put the show together. He put the show together. He ran with the beef. He sold it very well. But I'm just like, I would still like to see, that's part of hip hop. It's still entertainment. But I would like to see them do a record together, because like you said, K. Dot would not be where he at if it wasn't for Drizzy Drake.
That's true.
So I mean, what's fair is fair. But I would like to see them brothers, both of those black men, come together.
And it's not from the beef, it's because
and make a great song.
Pay that on.
Get together and make a good song, come together and make a dope ass just a piece of artwork, man, for the culture. I think it'll be monumental. I don't know who will produce it, but I don't know, maybe they go to Pharrell or Timberland for a beat or something like that.
I mean, with the two of them together, every big artist, big producer,
but I mean somebody to make, somebody to give you that, like one of them guys.
Right.
But yeah, y'all, so that's what we got, man. Y'all go check out that new Drake album. We had Trump and the DOJ with the $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Your claim on that.
That's just crazy. I don't even know. I'm just disappointed. Everybody else can get reparations, but we can't. I don't get it, man. Then we got the feds say that cocaine is at the lowest price in history. You got to get to MIA and get you to the MIA, yo, where they slinging, yo.
People do not go down there looking for that. They
don't throw your life away.
Right.
For sure. Then we had a Lyft driver caught using AI to fake a damage claim. Lyft drivers, ride share drivers, man, y'all just gotta do better than this, because people depend on those rides and need those rides, for safety and a whole lot of other stuff. People, responsible drinkers will use ride share services to go out and enjoy themselves. Like this case right here, it was a dad sending his baby girl out and her friends to go and enjoy something, and it's horrible. People be fraud, they at work frauding. Then we had touring music artists are catching blue dot fever. And like Cold Seasons was saying, they're gonna have to do something different. They might have to bring these prices down a little bit to make it more affordable. We got gas up, we got food up, we got cost of everything up, plane tickets up, seat tickets up, everything is up. So try to make it a little bit more affordable, and maybe we can see some more fans in the stands. And then last but never least, we had the Drake album. Y'all go check it out. Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. I think it's dope. And yeah, that's all we got for y'all tonight. What you got, Cole?
I mean, just for everybody to have a safe Memorial Day weekend, have a good time, spend time with family, honor service members and stuff, that's pretty much it.
That's right. Yep, everybody do have a peaceful, positive, and productive and safe, like Cole was saying, Memorial Day weekend. Eat a lot of barbecue if you can. I know it's supposed to be raining up and down the East Coast, so if you're on the East Coast, maybe cook inside. I threw down yesterday, so it might make it to Monday. I don't know if it's gonna make it to Monday, but if not, we'll see. We might throw a few coals on the party, baby.
Yeah, the East Coast is supposed to be raining all weekend, man. All weekend and halfway through the middle of next week. So it's crazy for us out here.
But I may not. I might just oven roast or oven bake that thing. We nice like that.
One of your favorite restaurants you've been wanting to go to for a long time.
People could do that too. But make sure you take pictures of your ride share when you get in it and when you get out. Yeah. Definitely. But that's all we got for y'all tonight. We appreciate everybody for pulling up and hanging out with us. Who was in the chat with us? Shout out to Born Ready 718. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Go ahead and smash that like button, please, and thank you. Helps us get this content in front of other beautiful people like yourself. And till next time, y'all, make sure y'all smash that like button on the way out. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV.
And I'm Cold Seasons on DBCHEFTV.
And we are the Brunch Fellas. Peace, cuz.
Peace.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast. The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. You are the key to your financial freedom. So unlock your inner wealth with financial fundamentals at Bows on the Table. Subscribe today and never miss a meal at Bows Podcast. Bows on the Table, now streaming on YouTube. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast. the Veteran Kettle. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at DBCHEFTV.com.